Hello everyone, and welcome back to Zeus Tech. Hey guys, so today in this video, we're going to be talking about 3D Numpy Arrays. Boom. Yes, we are going to be taking another road to the advanced programs using Colaboratory. Now, so if you haven't watched my past two videos about one, how to get to Colaboratory, and 2, how to use Colaboratory 1D and 2D arrays, then I highly recommend looking at that, because you'll need to know how to use Colaboratory, how to run, how to just get here in the first place, and you also need to know how to make 1D and 2D arrays to be able to understand this. Now, let's begin, shall we? So let's import NumPy as NP and run this. Works. And let's create a new code. So we're gonna be making 3D arrays, and before I show you in code, let me show you guys a quick drawing I made up so you guys can understand it better. So it should be on the screen now. So you see here that we have 3 layers here. We have a big array, a medium array, and a small array. The big array is meant for us to store the 2 medium arrays, and the 2 medium arrays is meant to store the 2 small arrays, and those 2 small arrays hold the values. So this is an example of a 3D array, as in the case of there's 3 layers. So now it should be gone. And let's just do something and create a list for our NumPy arrays. np.array. And then what we're gonna do, we're gonna make 1 big array. And here, 2 smaller arrays. And in the 2 smaller arrays, even smaller arrays. So big, medium, small. And then in here, put 0, 1. 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. Now, this is our 3D array. Let's do something and just print it. And you see here, we have 2 rows. We have 2 rows and 2 columns. Sorry, no. 2 columns and 4 rows. And inside of those rows, you have 0, 0, 1, 1. So that's pretty cool, isn't it? And you see here, we have big, medium, small. And the main thing for 3D arrays is that they're meant to hold 2 2D arrays. As 2D arrays holds 2 small arrays. So like say, for 2D array, we have a 2 for example. I'll just show you in list format. We have inside of a 2D array, we can have 2 we can have 2 arrays. So what 3D arrays is that we're trying to group 2 of these together, and that's what we're doing here. See, we have 1 and 2. Pretty cool. Now, so let's do something and look at the shape. And you see here, it's 2, 2, and 2. And the reason for that is because we have 2 medium arrays inside of our big array. And inside those 2 medium arrays, we have 2 small arrays. And then inside those 4 small arrays, we have 2 values in each of them. So that's why it's 2, 2, and 2. So let's do something. Make another example for these. Make another 3D array, but in a different way. So what we're gonna do is that we're gonna create LSD2, and say that you don't want to create like a bunch of code and all, you know, just like with a bunch of like different values. For experimental purposes. So what we can do is that we could put down np.zeros, and you see here it requires a shape, but for us to be able to actually enter in the shape, we're gonna have to store it into a tuple. So there's two ways we can do this. One, we can just make another tuple here, a equals this and all, or we can just directly enter it in using just like that. Just begin to enter it here. So here we can put down 2, 2, and 2, the same shape as this, and if we run it, you see nothing happens. Well, the reason for that is because we're not printing it. So what we can do, lst2, run it, and you see here, same result. And if we do lst2.shape, you see 2, 2, and 2, just like this. So this is another way we can put in many different values and just without doing anything. And we can do this in larger scale, like maybe 20, 20, 20. And you see, it prints 20, 20, 20, and almost instantly. This is an example of how powerful, how strong Numpy is. No. So let's do something and just try pushing this to its limits. This is just for experimentation purposes. So if we run this, wow, it doesn't print it at all. You guys may be confused, why didn't it print it? Well, the thing is that Numpy doesn't want you to crash your laptop, and my laptop isn't necessarily the most powerful. So what it does is that it just puts a bunch of dots, and then it just runs it like normal. So you can see here there's dots here as well, and the dots indicate that there are way more. Like we have 200, but it's just not gonna print all of them now. So let me just put this back to 20 and run it. And yeah, so this is an example of how to use 3D Numpy arrays in Python using Colaboratory. So if you enjoyed the video, a subscription to the channel would be amazing. I've noticed that we're growing like 1 sub per day nowadays for the past 2-3 days, which I find pretty cool. So a sub to the channel would be amazing, and please comment down below how it was, as I like looking at your guys' feedback. So with that said, I'm Zeus Tech, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.